What's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay. Another night, another show as we get prepared for week one. Want to give a quick shout out to the Wrench Gang, quick shout out to the family, all the listeners, all the watchers. Special shout out to everyone that's being affected right now by the hurricane. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying warm. Without a doubt, I've been keeping up with the news and everything. It looks like it went more north past Jacksonville, which is really, really good because Jacksonville got hit a few years back, I think it was a few years ago. So glad to hear that you guys are doing okay. But there's a lot of places that aren't doing okay. So we definitely want to make sure that you guys keep those areas in your prayers. So shout out to you guys. We got a show tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a show tonight. The show is called Uncertainties. Obviously, Joe Burrow coming back to practice. The Dolphins postponing contract talks with Tua and Wilkins. And Belichick's quarterback issues. What is Bill Belichick going to do? Obviously, you guys know that Mac Jones is a starter, but it looks like Zappe and another quarterback has came back on the practice squad. So we'll get into that. Shout out to Cameron. What's going on, man? Tech 713 in the house. What's going on? Christopher in the house. What's going on? Says I hope he doesn't go play. Go Dog. Shout out to you. Daniel, what's up, man? Richard, what up, man? Happy Jay. Hope you're feeling zippy zappy today. What's going on, Richard? What up, Eric? Sparktabulous in the house. Big ups to you. Big ups to you. All right, so before we get started with the show, ladies and gentlemen, the league is ready to go. The league is up. It is ready to go. We have 20 people in the league. It's going to be great. The Jay Reason Fantasy League is up, ready to go. First year I'm doing it. I'm going to cover the $50 winner take all. Next year we'll do a free one, and then we'll do a cash version. So we'll have 2 leagues running next year. But I want to have some fun with it this year. I don't want to stress about it too much. They don't want to have to chase people around for money and all that garbage. We'll deal with that next year. But the Fantasy League is up for all the Fantasy League members. The draft will be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. People are like, Jay, do the draft right now. Jay, do the draft 4 hours earlier. Listen, guys, the draft is tomorrow at 9 o'clock. You don't call Roger Goodell when they're running the NFL draft and saying, hey, can you change the draft time, Roger? I'm going to be doing something, and I'm not available at 9 p.m. No. You take what they give you, and you be happy about it. Shout out to you guys. What's up, Jeff? Jeff Holtz in the house. What's up, Jeff? What's going on with you, man? Eric says, yeah, my dad's brother leaves right in the eye of where it is going to hit. Lives right in the eye. That's not good, Eric. Prayers up for him. Spark Tablet says, yeah, last year was a mess. Laugh out loud. Faces on fire. Please stop yelling. I had a rough day. You want me to calm down? Do you want me to talk like this? Will that help you, Faces on Fire? If I talk to you like this and just gave you the boring Jay Reason voice, would that make your day better, sir? Apologize, I can't do it. But I'll try to. Turn your volume down. There you go. 713, what up? Bob Evans in the building. Mr. Breakfast himself. I said before week one, sir. Before week one means before week one. Before your team plays, you will have it to wear. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and get into the stories. So, ex-Cardinals coach given burner phone to use with suspended general manager. Now, listen, we're not adverse to hearing about discrepancies and all kinds of conspiracies in the NFL. We love a good crazy story or two, but hey, the rabbit hole keeps going further and further. Quick shout out to Silver Cajun for subscribing. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the channel as we get into this one. Here we go. Former Arizona Cardinals head coach Steve Wilkes testified that a team executive gave him a burner phone to communicate with former general manager Steve Keim under orders from Keim and team owner Michael Bidwell during Keim's suspension, according to a deposition transcript obtained by ESPN. Bidwell and other team executives communicated with Keim throughout his suspension for drunk driving, including while the Cardinals negotiated a 3-year, $39 million contract extension with running back David Johnson. Wilkes said the NFL said at the time it would not impose additional punishment against Keim after the team suspended him. It was a director from Keim as well as Bidwell, Wilkes said in the deposition. They both knew. Now listen, there's going to be these kinds of problems, these kind of issues, and these kind of things that show up. We literally just had the situation with the Commanders. We had the situation with the Raiders. All kinds of stuff. Every team has had their issues. We can even go back to Jerry Jones. We can go back to Robert Kraft. All these teams have problems and have issues, and just more stuff to talk about. Wilkes, now the defensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers, testified in California on Friday via web conference as part of the ongoing arbitration complaint filed by former Cardinals Vice President of Personnel, Terry McDonough, against Bidwell and the team. McDonough's complaint alleges gross misconduct by Bidwell, including discriminatory and racist treatment of employees, in addition to the use of burner phones. Bidwell and the Cardinals have previously denied the allegations, of course they would, calling them outlandish. In response to questions posed by McDonough's attorney, Wilkes provided new details about the use of burner phones, alleged incidents he witnessed between McDonough and Bidwell, and his overall coaching experience. Cardinals attorneys later complained to NFL appointed arbitrator Jeffrey Mishkin. The Wilkes attorney did not allow cross-examination during the deposition, according to correspondence obtained by ESPN. Why would they? Why would they? You don't want this information getting out because it leads to more information getting out and then other information coming out. So we want to keep this thing close-knit, and we want to talk about the specific things that you have, and then everything else, we're going to keep that brushed under the rug. So there you go. Obviously, I will keep you guys updated with this story as it continues on. But hey, using burner phones, I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, it's not like you need to trace phone calls for things that are being said and handling team things when you shouldn't be, right? Right? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Ronald. What's up, Ronald? What's going on with you, man? Big Ron in the house. Cameron says, who else is in the league? You got to go through the members list, bro. It's all there. Christopher says, does anyone really think that doesn't happen on all the other teams? That's my point, right? There's so many different things that goes on behind these closed doors. Backhand deals, shady business practices, collusion, pushing people out, pulling people in, favoritism. There's all kinds of stuff that we can talk about that happens with these teams and their owners and, you know, executives and all that kind of stuff. The NFL is $1 billion business. And whenever you have something that is ran by money and greed, guess what? There's going to be shadiness. And that's just the reality of it. So there you go. Let's keep it going. Joe Burrow. Now, if you guys remember Joe Burrow, he got injured during practice. It was a calf injury. It didn't look to be too serious, but he was carted off the field. And it's been kind of hush-hush because the Bengals obviously don't want the fans to freak out. They want everybody to think that, you know, Burrow's going to be okay for week 1 or week 2, and he's going to come out there and ball out. But as I've been saying to you guys, all right, he not only has that injury that is probably on his mind, but his left leg was also injured as well, okay? So he's still reeling from that. So what does that do in the mind of a quarterback as far as who has to go out there and play against a league to where everyone wants to kill you on the other side of the field? It's going through your mind. So like I said, I would be interested to see how he responds to this, how he moves in the pocket, how mobile he is, and whether or not it creates a problem for him in week 1. Let's go ahead and get into it. It says Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow returned to practice Wednesday for the first time since suffering a strained right calf on July 27th. During the session that was open to the media, Burrow participated in all throwing drills with assistant Dan Pitcher and the team's backups Jake Browning and Will Greer. who signed Wednesday with the team's practice squad after being released by the Cowboys. Shout out to the Bengals picking up Will Grier. I think that was a good pickup. It's a welcome sign for Cincinnati, which was without Burrow for the past 6 weeks as he recovered from the calf issue. Before Wednesday, the only public throwing session Burrow had was before the team's preseason opener against the Green Bay Packers on August 11th. Burrow was not wearing the compression sleeve on his right leg that he had worn often since the injury occurred. Burrow was not available to speak to the media Wednesday, according to a team spokesperson. Obviously, you guys know why. They don't want him speaking about it. They don't want you guys freaking about it, and they're trying to keep it contained. The 2020 number 1 pick out of LSU is coming off his best season in the NFL. In 2022, he finished 10th in total QBR and received votes for the Associated Press Most Valuable Player Award for the first time in his career. So, like I said, he's back out there. He's practicing. I will be paying attention to, as well as you guys, how he handles this and whether or not it's going to be an issue for his game moving forward. So there you go. Joe Burrow back at practice. All right. Next up, Mr. Tua. Let's get into this video.
Look, the reality of it is that this is going to determine, very easily could wind up determining who makes the Super Bowl from the AFC, right? I mean, it's literally that simple. This is my opinion, Sam. You tell me if you agree or disagree. If you told me right now that Tua Tagovailoa was going to play 15 or 16 games this year and be healthy at the end, I would tell you Miami has every bit as good a chance as any team in the AFC to wind up in the Super Bowl. I think they're that good. The problem is his injury history is totally different than most. It's not a knee. It's not a shoulder. It's not anything we're accustomed to dealing with. I have no idea if jiu-jitsu is going to solve the problem or not. What do you think of this, Sam?
Well, I agree with you, Greeny. So the thing about jiu-jitsu, it's teaching you how to accept contact, teaching you how to fall. And I get it. There aren't 300-pound D linemen chasing after you in jiu-jitsu, but it teaches you how to fall properly. Why?
All right, I just got to stop this for a minute. All right, let me pause for a second, all right? I'm not laughing at all about the injury. I want to make that very clear because someone's going to get mad at me. Jay, you're laughing and joking about Tua's injury. That's not what I'm doing. I'm laughing at the fact that they think that jiu-jitsu is going to basically help him through the contact of 300-pound men falling on him, or him being thrown to the ground by 300-pound men. There is nothing that can prepare you from that, opposed to being conditioned and in shape to be thrown down by people that heavy. Let's keep it going.
How does that matter? Last year, Tua Tagovailoa led the league in passer rating. He led the league in QBR. This obviously is all while he was healthy. When he got injured, all of a sudden this team started to tank and not have a lot of success. And so you combine Tua's health with Tyreek Hill, with Jalen Waddle. You combine all that with Vic Fangio and that new defensive coordinator, right? And then Bradley Chubb, and obviously Jalen Ramsey is injured. Now you have, but when he gets healthy, you have a recipe for quick success. And so you have the offense. Now you have the defensive mind and a healthy Tua. I couldn't agree more. If this team is all healthy and clicking on all cylinders, they have just as good a chance as anyone, not only to win the AFC East, but to make a strong Super Bowl run.
So, and like I said, obviously the Dolphins are, for me, going to be number 2 out of the AFC East. If Tua is able to stay healthy, they're probably the biggest threat. Then obviously I got the Jets. That's just how I'm looking at things. But yes, that does require Tua to be healthy. Is jiu-jitsu going to help him? I don't think so. Just like Forrest Green said, when a big defender hits him, he won't be able to decide how he lands on the ground. Exactly. The only thing that can protect you is how conditioned you are and the weight that you have on your body, right? If you have enough muscle, if you can fight through the contact, if you've got something that's going to basically help cushion that fall and that blunt force that you're going to have to deal with, that's going to be the difference of you ending up back in that tent and you having a healthy season or not. But let's get into it. It says any contract negotiations between the Miami Dolphins and quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and defensive tackle Christian Wilkins will be tabled until after the 2023 season. General Manager Chris Grier told reporters Wednesday so as to not cause a distraction. Guess what? It's not about causing a distraction. They're waiting to see how he's going to respond this season before they talk about that contract. Nobody's stupid. I don't know why they try to frame stuff like this. It's common sense. We want to make sure that you're good for another year or two before we give you some big money. That's the reality of things. Let's keep it going. The team picked up Tagovailoa's fifth-year option earlier this offseason, and he's entering the fourth year of his rookie deal. Greer, meanwhile, confirmed the Dolphins made an offer to Wilkins, but the two sides amicably did not come to an argument or agreement. We've had a lot of great dialogue with him and his agent. We've made an offer that we thought was fair, Greer said. When you do things like that, it has to work for both sides. There was never any ill will from each side. I enjoy his agent. We have good conversations, so for right now, we're going to hold off. Until in my mind, until the end of the season, I don't think it's fair to distract Christian from his goal of what he wants to achieve and for the team. So, there you go. You don't offer your star quarterback the contract because it's a distraction right now, but you do offer Christian Wilkins one, even though the talks didn't go well, so you're going to push that off as well. Come on. It's very easy to see how this works. Shout out to you guys. Keeping it going, Wilkins told reporters Tuesday that he's focused on this upcoming season and seemed willing to accept the tabling of his contract negotiations. The 2019 first-round pick is entering the fifth year of his rookie contract, but has made it clear he's interested in an extension. He spent the past 2 weeks holding in by participating in individual drills, but not team drills at practice. Wilkins ended that hold-in Tuesday and expressed his undeterred interest in remaining with the Dolphins organization. Sources told ESPN that the team called Miami to gouge interest in trading for Wilkins, but neither the Dolphins nor Wilkins entertained the idea of a trade. Listen, it's good. He wants to stick with the Dolphins, but he also wants to get paid, which makes sense. You know, if you've got the skills, you got the talent, you're actually out there balling, you want to stay in that Miami Heat, you want to stay a Miami player, there you go, get the bag. I'll just say at the end of the day, nobody wants to be a Miami Dolphin more than me. No one wants to work for this organization more than me, Wilkins said Tuesday. And that's from Valerie at the front desk to the coaches of the coaching staff to Hubert, who cleans up the building. Nobody wants to be a part of the organization more than myself. That's how I feel. That's what it is. That's where I'm at with everything still. This is my home. I was drafted here. I love this place. I put my all to be the best player, the best leader, the best teammate, the best Miami Dolphin I can be. That's not going to change. The organization deserves that. My teammates deserve that. The fans deserve that and everything. So shout out to Christian Wilkins. Showing that loyalty, not just chasing after the bag because another team offered him more money than what he thought he could get. Side-eye certain players, but we're not going to go there today. Quick shout out to Tech 713 coming through with the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to you, Tech. Thank you for the support. We got to get Ric Flair in the building. Shout out to Tech for being the first person to bring Ric Flair out. Don't mind me. I'm just getting my sliders together. I don't want to blow your eardrums out, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Shout out to you, Tech 713. Thank you for the support, my friend. Thank you for the $5 donation. Keeping it going. Says another roster news, Grill said cornerback Jalen Ramsey will be placed on injured reserve after he underwent meniscus surgery in July. Ramsey will miss at least the first 4 games of the 2023 season. And although there is no public timeline for his return, the Dolphins expect him to play at some point this season. So I do want to see Jalen Ramsey. Obviously, there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk in regards to how sometimes Jalen can be a cancer on a team. But I think there may be some difference with the Dolphins. At least I'm hoping so. Because when Jalen wants to be great on defense, he can definitely be great. That is for sure. Jalen's made an impact since he's been here. He's been fantastic in the room with the younger guys, even the veterans, Greer said. He comes around still when he doesn't have to, watching practice, standing on the sideline, his talent. Obviously, we miss, but it's also an opportunity for these young guys to step up and make plays. Cornerback Keon Crossan will also miss the entire 2023 season after suffering a freak injury Tuesday. So there you go. That's your Miami update for the day. Next up, we're going to get into Bill Belichick and these Patriots. Now, one big thing that we've been talking about is the chemistry between Bill Belichick and Mr. Mac Jones, right? It's been such an issue because I feel like he hasn't given him enough proper tools at wide receiver. There was talks that the Patriots were going to get Cook. They were going to get Zeke, obviously. And then there was like different changes as far as, at defense and all that kind of stuff. But the main problem for me is Mac Jones not having anybody to throw to. That's just the reality of it. And I think that kind of put Mac Jones in a sense of, well, if I was Tom Brady, you would have did it for me. And I'm supposed to be Tom Brady 2.0. Give me people that I can throw to. But let's go ahead and get into this one. Wrong story. All right. Bailey Zappe, Malik Cunningham back to Patriots on practice squad. So they got dropped, Bailey Zappe and Malik Cunningham, and then they get signed to the practice squad. So there is a method to the madness.
With the addition of Zeke and the other pieces, particularly maybe the offensive coordinator, the world has written them off, Harry. Have you?
Yeah, I have too. I'm not going to say they're not going to be a decent football team because, out of respect for Bill Belichick and that defense, that was the top 8 defense last year, and the way they sacked the quarterback was amazing. But when I look at this team and I look at the lack of speed from an offensive standpoint, sure. Also, when you look at that division and then the AFC conference as a whole, I don't believe their quarterback, Mac Jones, can go toe-to-toe with any of the elites.
What do you think, Dan?
If they get to the playoffs, it's because they play a style of football that only they play, outside of the Tennessee Titans.
Yep.
That's the only one. So they got to win big and they got to win ugly. The reality is their margin of error is just so much less than other teams. Fundamentally, it's going to play great defense. We'll see how good Christian Gonzalez is at corner. They drafted out of Oregon in the first round. To Harry's point, a very good defense last year. So great defense. I think they're going to commit to playing 12 personnel on offense. 1 back, 2 tight ends. So how good Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki are is going to be a big part of this. So run the football, and then Mac Jones being matchup-based, situationally very efficient. Now, this is where I might disagree with you on that. I think he's really good at that stuff. I think Bill O'Brien will get him into game plans and in those moments where it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 consistently, and we got to find, is it going to be a Juju game? Is it going to be a Mike Gesicki game? Is it going to be a Devontae Parker game where situationally, I don't need Mac Jones to throw for 350 yards, and I don't know if that's him, but I need him to be very efficient on those 3rd down situations.
Do you hear the excuses? These are the excuses because he has no one to throw to. Let's bring up the tight ends. Where's the wide receivers? Because that's how you're going to get your 350 yards per game. You're not going to get that with the tight end. They're going to fight for the first down. They're going to fight to almost get you there. Then you got to bring in the running backs to get you that 3-4 yards maybe. But where's your wide receivers for the 20-yard, 30-yard passes? Who's he throwing to? But hey, let's get into the story. Second-year quarterback Bailey Zappe and undrafted rookie free agent quarterback Malik Cunningham, both of whom were waived by the Patriots on Tuesday, and moves that left starter Mac Jones as the only quarterback on the roster, re-signed with the team's practice squad. Coach Bill Belichick took an unconventional approach on exposing both quarterbacks to waivers with the hope they would ultimately return on the practice squad. At the same time, Belichick has regularly said that anytime the team exposes a player to waivers, it is prepared to lose him. I mean, that says a lot. That would make me feel great, if I go there and they're like, all right, we're okay with losing you, but sign the practice squad. Come on back. So the decision reflects the view of the coaching staff of a sizable gap between Jones and the next player on the depth chart. The Patriots could still consider the possibility of adding another quarterback per a source, but now have the flexibility to elevate Zappe as a number 2 option on game day early in the season as they sort through their options. On Tuesday, before the Patriots trimmed their roster of 53 players, Belichick noted that the team would be tweaking its roster over a period of days. I will caution you against thinking things are over when they're not necessarily over at a lot of levels, he said. Some players that we release will come back and play for us, be in the practice squad. We don't know exactly what they'll be, but we have a general idea. Zappe had practice squad interest from multiple other teams, but elected to stay in New England per his source. Meanwhile, Cunningham's dual threat skills as a passer and runner provide a contrast to Jones and Zappe, and figure to be tapped in helping prepare for quarterback Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in their season opener September 10th. Now listen, I'm going to drop a bomb. I think with the dual threat quarterback of Malik Cunningham, you have someone that's better than Mac Jones and Bailey Zappe. But, and this may hurt somebody's feelings, Bill Belichick is so butthurt over Mac Jones not being Brady 2.0, he keeps wanting to give him a chance. And that's the reality of it. That's where we are. I'll let you guys discuss in the chat. Shout out to Ridger, said if Belichick doesn't make a Super Bowl in the next 5 years, his career will be reevaluated. Yeah, Robert's definitely going to have a strong, stern talking to, without a doubt. Shadow says, hey, Jay and family, if I miss anyone, schedule is upside down. Shout out to you, Shadow. What's up? Timo in the building. Primetime Burrow about to show QBs how it's done this year. Get through week 1 first, buddy. Let's get through week 1 first. Duke says, agree at Jay. Hey, listen. These are the hard conversations. These are the hard discussions that we have to get through. But that's the reality. I really feel like Bill Belichick is so upset with the fact that Mac Jones hasn't panned out, right? That he's like, all right, no matter what, we're gonna try for another year, bring in who we can and see what happens. When I was pleasantly surprised by Cunningham's ability to run, pass, make plays, and go out there and really ball, but you want to go back with, the quarterback that struggled last year. So there's obviously reasons for that. Yeah. I just, like I said, I don't really see how you can overlook someone that can provide you multiple opportunities, because Mac Jones is basically a pocket passer. He's not fast. He's not as mobile as you'd want him to be. But that's the problem, right? They try to turn him into Brady 2.0, and he's not. Just got to be honest. Mac Jones is not Brady 2.0. He's not even Brady 1.5. So there you go. Tech 713 says, Tech's Commanders are coming to Fantasy League near you. Yeah, man. Richard says, Mac is girlfriend you don't have the heart to break up with. Mac is Bill Belichick's girlfriend that he doesn't have the heart to break up with. Shout out to Rudy Reyes for following. Thanks a lot, Rudy. Big ups to you. Sheila says, so excited. Football is just around the corner. Seems like forever. Yeah, we got 8 days. We have 8 days. Literally next Thursday is the season opener, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to be having a time. Lions, Chiefs. I did drop the prediction stream yesterday. I'm also going to go ahead and drop those as clips. So if you didn't catch it, you'll see it in the uploads coming up over the next few days. I'll probably just split them up and then drop them, 1 here, 2 here over the next 6 days. So you guys will be able to catch those. And then we'll obviously keep the nightly news going like we normally do as far as these. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. 2023 season is going to be absolutely crazy. And I'm expecting week 1 to be wild. So let's go. Duke says Jones is average at best. Patriots system hides his flaws. And see, that's the problem. At the end of the day, when you have the Patriots and the system that they're in that was designed for Brady, they're like, well, we're going to stick with the same approach. We're not going to change things, right? Because they're expecting Mac Jones to be what Tom Brady was and basically turn his wide receivers and turn his team into how great they think they could become. Brady was amazing because he could take any receiver and make them better. Mac Jones is not that person. You got to get him some help. You got to bring him some real talent, and then he may become a great quarterback. And there it is. Luta says, Jay, if you have any Colts cards, let me know. I might. I got to check around. Tom says, don't remember, but is Belichick and GM's control still? If so, it makes sense. He wants to prove his choice correct. I'm not sure on that one. I have to check into it, Tom. But it would make sense. It would definitely make sense. One last time saying it with my chest, Colorado upsets TCU. I'm still upset about that TCU Bulldog game. I don't even want to hear about TCU right now. I really don't. I do not. We sat here for 3 hours and watched TCU get absolutely destroyed. It was like high school, junior varsity versus NFL backups. There you go. Forrest J has got to have a Peyton Manning card or two. Yeah, I've got a bunch of Colts around. I just got to go through them. I just haven't had a chance to go through them. I got a bunch of cards I got to go through, even newer cards. So, yeah, I got some old ones, some new ones. But, yeah. So, there you go. So, yeah, Fantasy League, ladies and gentlemen. Fantasy League is up. It's ready to go. If you're a part of the Fantasy League, we're doing the draft tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Make sure you lock it in. Let me know if you want me to do it on YouTube. We could do it live on YouTube as well. We can make it a fun little thing for those who are part of it. For those who are not a part of it, I gave you guys a chance. I threw it out there. I promoted it to you. Some people hit me up. Jay, it was locked. It says it's full. It was first come, first serve, and there's a lot of you guys. But like I said, next year I'll be doing 2. So we'll have a free one, and then we'll have a paid one as well. And if you want to hop on both, you guys have plenty time to make that choice and do so. So there you go. Lutz, I'm also liking the new picture. I like the background. It's pretty good. Ronald said, yes, Jay. All right, so yeah, we'll make it a live stream event tomorrow as well. So what we'll do is we'll incorporate some news, and then we'll do the live stream event, and then we'll just tie it in all together. So yeah. Cameron says, Jay, you should definitely do a stream on YouTube for the draft. Okay. All right. The only real question is how long the draft's going to take. That's going to be the only thing. But hey, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. The draft order will be done randomly. So that'll kick in before we draft. And then at 9 o'clock, we'll get started. So what I'll do is I'll start at probably 8:30 for the stream. We'll get through the news, and then we'll go ahead and tap into the draft. We'll do that live, and we'll make it fun, make it exciting. Shout out to you guys. I'm ready. Get to see who's on my squad. If anybody gets Josh Allen, I'm letting you know right now, I am hating on you. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to still win. I'm going to figure it out some way, somehow. Because there's so many people. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get Allen. It's probably not going to happen. Somebody's going to snatch him from me. But it's all good. It is all good. So, yeah. That's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Bob, Missouri. What's up, Bob? What's going on with you, man? How you feeling? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's okay. And also, much love to, like I said, everybody that's in the path of the hurricanes. Hope you guys stay warm. Hope you stay safe. And we have you all in our prayers. Shadow Story says, it's asinine, but being born in Michigan, I have to take the upset. My Lions have not had a winning season since Barry Sanders. It's time to come back. Well, hey, listen. I took the Lions, Shadow. A lot of people were mad at me about it. Seems like whenever I have an opinion about anything these days, I deal with some form of hate. But that's fine because I'm getting used to it. I am getting used to it. Richard says, Jay might take Mayfield. Listen, if Mayfield was the last quarterback I could get on the draft and there was nobody else, I would have nobody else. Shout out to you, Philip. What's going on, man? Philip in the house. Let's go. Tom says, Andy Isabella is at least made practice squad, or my RPAs would have been complete loss on an idiotic gamble. Still hope. Tom, you should have got the Dalton Kincaids, man. That was an easy spot. Andy Isabella was kind of like it was a toss-up for me, but I knew Dalton Kincaid, the way he was balling, that he was going to be the one to invest in. So start picking up them Kincaid's RPA, man. I just got some luminance, and those things aren't cheap. They're not cheap, and they're only going to go up. They're only going to go up. Big ups to Dalton Kincaid. So there you go. Sheila says, I have some Manning cards, and I have a jersey. My brother got it for me when they drafted Peyton. Nice. It's nice, Sheila. Got to get it signed. Get it signed, get it framed. That'd be nice. Kincaid on the way, including auto and rookies. Okay. Richard says, by the majority of chat, hate Yankees. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's so funny, though, because someone always mentions my hat. Jay, you're a Yankees fan. It's always something to say about the Yankees. Well, we'll get into that another day. All right. Much love to you guys. I got to go and get me some food. And about to get up out of here. I'll see you all tomorrow for the fantasy draft, other news, and we'll keep you guys updated with the prediction videos. We'll keep it rolling. Make sure you guys have a great night. Stay safe, and much love to each and every one of you. Peace out. Peace out.